have a little conversation with you because making the last stretch of a qualification, I know sometimes seems daunting, and it sometimes seems like that goal is really far away. But what I want to tell you is that to begin with, and this is, sort of key to building any business, it all starts with your head, with your attitude, with what's going on with you and what goes on with your self-talk. You need to make sure that you are being proud. And when I say be proud, remember, and I said this on the call a couple of weeks ago, Healy is a gift. You have this device and you know how amazingly it works and how incredible it makes you feel. This is the best gift that you can give someone, the ability to not only feel better, but to be able to change their life for generations to come. Healy is an incredible gift. Be proud of that, and don't in any way be embarrassed about talking to people about Healy. Now, I know that in our industry, there are sometimes business stigmas, which are things in people's mind that the moment that you say you're in a network marketing business, or they find out that you're in a business in our industry, you've got to let go of some of that, because our products are so good, our people are so incredible, and this business is so great. People connect with what's in your heart. You've got to make sure that you don't let this embarrass or prevent you from being able to talk to anybody about it. Because like I said, Healy is a gift. And there will be people out there who tell you that you can't do it or that you won't be able to succeed, and you can't listen to them. You've got to understand that you're worthy of success, that you deserve success, and that if you work hard, you will be able to achieve that kind of success. Don't listen to anyone that tells you you can't. History is filled with people that have done amazing and remarkable things who were told you can't hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times over and over again. But to be successful in Healy, as in most businesses, you are, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're going to have to talk to people. Whether it's talking online, whether it's talking via Zoom, whether it's talking one-on-one or talking personally, you're going to have to talk to people, because that's how we share. And Healy is all about sharing our incredible products, our incredible opportunity. You're going to have to talk. Now, ignore any past failures. Don't let that come into your head. You may have done some things, or you may have quit something before you were all completely finished, and whatever happened in your past, the past is the past. From today forward, it's all about what do you want and how hard are you willing to work to get it. Treat Healy like a business, because you're talking to people and sharing this incredible product. But don't forget that the opportunity is also our best product, because while the product can change someone's life, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, it can bring whole new levels of engagement and excitement and awareness and all of these things. It can also change people's lives for hundreds and hundreds of people. Because myself, and using my device, and I can definitely change myself, but by offering our best product, which is the opportunity, I have, through my efforts, the ability to change hundreds and possibly thousands of lives. And that's something really and incredibly special. And I know it shouldn't be this way, but sometimes your best friends and your family make the worst prospects ever. Maybe because, they were there when you were wearing that costume that one Halloween, or they were there when you tripped and fell on your face one day, whatever. Whatever it was, friends and family should be the biggest and best support, and they should be the ones that you have the most established, closest, and wonderful relationships with. But sometimes they're the hardest to get through. Let that just roll right off. You can't worry about that. Just move on. So the way that I've always tried to think about this is, I present the products and I present the opportunity. And if it's not for someone, at the end, the answer is either yes or no. And you can't care which because you tried. All we can do is offer it to them because maybe whoever you're talking to is not in a position right at that moment to be able to take advantage of what you're offering, whether it's the device or the opportunity. But I'll tell you what, I've had very successful people in my organization come back to me. One because of losing a job and the other one because of a divorce. And had I not talked about what the business can do for your life, they would have never known to be able to come back. So make sure that you're talking to people, and whatever you do, don't ever give up. This month is not over till it's over. There's a lot of, until we had that clock, 7:59 Eastern time on the 31st. You've got to push hard right up to that point. Whatever your goal is, push hard until you achieve it. And then in addition to it's all in your head, I want you to understand and believe in the power of leverage, because none of us is an island. None of us can do it all by ourselves. I mean, when you think about it, there's a limit to what one person can do. If I just wanted to sell Healy devices, I would be limited to how many product presentations I can and were able to give in a day, a week, a month. And there's a limit to that. I'm better suited in building an organization by partnering with some other business-minded people and having all of us go out and sharing our incredible Healy devices. Now, there's something in our industry that's called the churn, or it's called attrition. It means that, basically, for one reason or another, because life happens, both customers and active members, fall off sometimes, whether they're moving away, whether it just life led them in another direction, whether they had a child or a grandchild, whatever. Sometimes life happens. And if you're not constantly sharing or never passing up an opportunity to share both the products and the opportunity, then your business could be in a state of decline. Because if people are leaving and you're not inviting new people in, that's how you continue to grow your business. And it's, if you think about it, we never really want to just sell. Because if you're just selling, you're selling yourself short. It's all about sharing everything that Healy has to offer. Because to be honest, guys, we're more than a company with a product. We're a community. There are so many people that join this business because of the belonging, the recognition, the feeling of being part of something special. I mean, yes, our products are amazing and they can do wonderful things, but what Healy can do for your life and your lifestyle and the lifestyle of your kids and generations for come, this is why sharing is what's important. And think about that as it relates to sponsoring and recruiting, because you're just sharing. The way I always approached it, Carla, if you were one of my oldest and dearest friends, I would want to present it to you. And what I would do is I would frame it like this. I would say, Carla, I'm starting off on this adventure and I really think this is something special. And if I was to go off and become incredibly successful working with Healy and doing this and didn't offer it to you 5 years from now, you're going to be kicking me. So I'm offering it to you and I'm talking to you about it. Do you want to partner with me and join with me and do this thing? And if the answer is no, guess what? I still love you. I appreciate you. And hopefully you'll, still be there as a cheerleader and friend and support to me like you always have been. And you've just got to say, okay, but I told you about it. And then the ball's in her court. If they want to take advantage, they will. But guess what, guys? Now they know. And let me tell you this, every time you give that presentation, every time you talk to someone, you get better at it. You are able to focus more. You know what that person's wants and desires are and life is all about. You make the offer and you've done your part, because now if, Carla goes through life and she wants to take advantage of it, she knows that I told her about it and she can come back to me. And people just might do that. And don't make the decision for them, because like I said, you never know what's going on in someone's life. And sometimes the people that you think are, this business would never interest them. I mean, come on, they've got a successful job, they, whatever in your mind you think is going on might not be what's going on in their life. And sometimes people don't want other people to know when things aren't going on in their life. Maybe they're working in a job they hate. Maybe they're looking for an opportunity to be able to create something that will allow them to leave that and walk away. And maybe you're presenting to them could be the key that opens the door for them to experience what you've experienced with how special Healy is and what it can do for you. So never make the decision for someone that our products or opportunity are for them or not for them. Let them do it for themselves, and never stop looking for new people. Honestly, all day long, when you say hello to someone or nod to someone at the supermarket, or sitting at your child's soccer games, sitting and talking with people, or waiting, we come across people every day. Take advantage of that time, not to sell and try and immediately talk to everybody about Healy. Start to create the relationships that will eventually make it comfortable that when you talk about what it is that you do, you can tell them what you do. And that's a topic for a whole nother conversation, because I want to talk to you about creating the perfect 30-second commercial, which is the way you answer the question, what do you do, when someone asks? Because I would want to word that and phrase that in such a way that it not only answers their question, but it tells them exactly what my perfect referral would look like as well. Because, hey, we're in a business and we want to grow our business. So never stop looking for people, whether it's just to make product presentations, but hopefully both make product and opportunity presentations. You want to create the relationships first, but you've got to never pass up an opportunity to talk to people. And for the existing people that you have, how in a job, mentorship has you talk to people and encourage their growth. In this business, we do the same thing. As a leader in this business, as someone that holds rank, it's in our best interest. Remember how back when I was talking about no business is an island, you can't do it all by yourself. If I was allowed to be a Healy World member, an active member, I would want, the best thing that I would want would be 10 or 12 members in my organization, so that all of us are going out and sharing the products and opportunity. But what I'd want to do with them is I would want to increase all of their education in learning how to be better leaders for their group. And I've told this story a couple of times. When my grandmother passed away at 103 in this industry, in having her own network marketing business, the residuals for that business were in excess of $56,000 a month. Now, at 103, she hadn't been working that business for over 20 years, but she did a great job of mentoring all of the leaders in her organization to learn how to build and to learn how to mentor the people under them. That when she got, at an age where she really couldn't keep up and do that anymore, all of the leaders in her organization were working for their own self-interest, for their own groups, for their own families. And that's what allows a business to create the volume and longevity to go on for generations and generations. So just as you start to increase the leverage of building an organization, also look to mentor and develop the leaders. And I'm really proud, since I've been here, that I've seen so many of our top leadership groups holding calls and holding retreats and holding events and doing stuff to bring along their group as leaders. I just want to make sure that I talk about that and talk about how valuable that is, because I love that I see it here. And finally, you go forward and you build this organization of both customers and members with an all-in attitude. Because when you're wearing a device and you're out in public, how many times does someone walk up to you and say, "What's that?" Or, what? And "What's that?" is like an open invitation to tell them about Healy. So that all-in attitude, you've got to constantly be thinking, am I passing up an opportunity to be able to further this relationship because I think Healy might be great for someone? Make sure that you're taking advantage of that, and participate in everything. Embrace the Healy family with love and acceptance, and we're going to do great things together. But anyway, that's all that I wanted to say to you guys today.